Before we let you go, Jason, I want to ask you about Mahalo and how are you doing? And I understand it's a human search engine. You know, is it Ask Jeeves 2.0, or if not, how not?
Yeah, it's a great question. Mahalo is a social search engine, I think, is probably the term that is starting to settle in. But it's human-powered. So basically, what we do is we have humans write search results by hand. So anybody who's done a search for travel or products knows you get like those weird sites that are spammy, and you try to find the hotel you're looking for, and you can't even find the homepage of the hotel or whatever, or for products. And so we have a human being who is knowledgeable about the space, spend 2 hours researching it, 3 hours researching it, and they publish a page on the iPhone or Paris Hotels that has no spam in it, that's organized, and that surfaces really the best sites. And it's a pretty compelling product. And they also write a lot of text, like a mini Wikipedia article with a bunch of fast facts and information. So when people come to the site, I think it's probably 80% the use case of Wikipedia and 80% the use case of a traditional search engine like Yahoo or Google. 80% of people who go to Wikipedia read the first sentence and then they scan the facts. 80% of people go to Google, go one page, do 2 searches, maybe go to the second page, but mostly stay on the first page, do 3 or 4 page loads, and they're done. So we sort of put those 2 things together, and it saves people a lot of time. So it's going fabulous. We had 4.1 million unique visitors over the trailing 30 days, and that's pretty, it's 2 or 3 times what we thought we'd have. And we have 40,000 pages built, and we have 400 people working from home building 1,000 a week. So it'll be roughly the size of the Wikipedia in terms of footprint, probably in 2 years, which will be a third of the time it took Wikipedia to get to that milestone. But we also raised a lot of money, so we can't be, and we spend a lot of money, so we can't be congratulating ourselves too much. If at the end of the year we have 10 million uniques a month, it'd be a huge success.
Okay, well, we're gonna watch that. And last question: any other startups you're excited about? I know you're on the board of This Next.
Yeah, This Next is a great company, social shopping. Again, it's a very new space, and there's a lot of education that has to occur, but sort of the concept being, your friends are going to be a good arbiter of certain types of purchases, like fashion or clothes or furniture, stuff that's hard to discern if you should buy it or not, and you need a little advice. I'm a big fan of Twitter. I think that Evan Williams and Jack over there are doing a bang-up job, and I think it's a very powerful platform. I'm also a very big fan of Ning, N-I-N-G, which is sort of white label social networking. So in the same way we used to have homepages on GeoCities, then blogs on Blogger, but then we decided, well, maybe we should have our own domain name, and the deal wants to have their own domain name. But at the beginning, people said, why would you want your own domain name for your blog? It makes no sense. Or your homepage. Well, that's what's going to happen in social networking. The deal will have a social network at network.thedeal.com, or thedeal.com will just have it inherently on the site. And you won't want to give that business to Facebook or to MySpace or to other social networks, because it really is your business. Magazines, having been a magazine publisher, I think are equal parts community and editorial. So you're reporting on your community, with your community, for your community, and if you can take that community aspect and bring it into the site, they're going to help you obviously gather news, digest the news, and sometimes make news, and obviously generate traffic and make money. So Ning and Twitter, if I could be CEO of any 2 companies aside from the one I'm currently CEO of, which is obviously the one I'm most fond of, it'd be those 2 companies.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming by, Jason Calacanis. A pleasure to talk to you as always.
So good to see you again.
And thank you for watching Tech Confidential's Behind the Money.